So right now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about theory and research and how they interact. So theory is all about an idea. It's a hypothesis. It's a well thought out opinion, but it's not necessarily fact. But once we do research on that theory and we find facts to support that theory, then we can start to say, all right, this is pretty accurate, and the more research that's done, the more accurate we think it is. Doesn't mean that at some time in the future we can't continue to adapt, change, or even reject that theory. So theories are never completely facts, but research helps us support those theories. Okay? Now, we can use different types of research to get this information. So for example, we could start with Freudian case studies. Freud worked with individuals, and he researched them really in depth and came up with case studies. And he came up with some theories based on these case studies, and his research supported it. But it was difficult to then test his ideas in other ways. So we start to reject parts of his theory because of that. But the parts that we could test, for example, he believed that events in childhood had a major effect on later adult life and development and personality. We can test that. We can say what happened in childhood. Does that longitudinally, when we look at adults, does that affect them? Well, yeah, it does. So we can further solidify that component of his theory. So you can see we can start with a case study, and then we can do a correlational study and use that information to build off that case study. And then we could also do an experiment to test one specific component or one specific variable to see if it affects a second variable. And we can use all these things to build off each other. And each type of research has its own benefits and has its own pitfalls. So we figure out which one's going to work best for us at that time, and then we use other ones as needed.